as always, it's an exciting day, and it's a great day to be a Pirate. It's a great day to be a Pirate. This is a day that's anticipated by all coaches and head coaches around the country to get to this day. A lot of work goes into it. It always has been a lot of hard work and diligent work by coaches and everyone involved, not just coaches on the road, but staff in the office and our support people. But today is a day that you look forward to see that fax come through the fax machine and to see 15, 19 grown men looking for a fax from 18-year-olds pretty weird. But that's where it is. 28 years I've been had a chance and privilege to be on the college level, and it's always exciting to me. The recruiting part is a part of it. It's year-round now. A lot of these guys we evaluated and found a year ago, 2 years ago, through evaluation, film, referrals, what have you. Some guys we found in doing the recruiting trail this year, but ate through camp. But I like this class. It's a great class, and every coach says that, but this class, I think, fits, and it does fit what we were looking for and what we needed. A lot of hands go into it, like I mentioned. The coaches on the road, the coaches in-house that do so much. You saw an article on Kerry Gadet where he's got about 8 arms doing a lot of things, admission to official visits, unofficial visits, get them passed through compliance. And Brian Overton, who you all know, Director of Operations, have so many things going. Alex Folkin, one of our student guys. So many guys and people to name, the girls in the office who orchestrate all we do. Those do it's so many hands, our administration, that give us the opportunity to do it. But we feel good about this group. We attacked it. I thought defensively with what we wanted to do a year ago, I mentioned to the group and to guys around, was to keep developing depth. I thought we did that last year, especially up front on defense and in the backer position. If there was a nick or a young man that got banged or a player got banged up, we were able to replace and reload with another young man who could be as productive, if not more, which is what you want. It provides competition. And we've done that again this year with our defensive line and linebacker commits. Our linebackers give us range and able to play in open space with Rick Smith coming aboard and being multiple. Just like we were and like we have, the young men our players will be familiar with their roles in this defense. And Rick's, as you guys interviewed him, still multiple, and our defense is now meeting right now, but the linebackers fit right into that mode, what Rick wants and what we want as a staff defensively. We felt like we had to add depth, not just depth, but productivity on the back end, especially at the corner position, to give us strength, give us more speed, range, length. We did that with these guys, and I like the way this group come. When you guys get a chance to meet them, you'll see they all look similar. They all have similar personalities, which is what we want. And so I'm proud of that with that group. Offensively, the skill positions, I think we had 6 guys with receivers and a tight end that we felt like we needed, being a senior group there with at the wide position, tight end position. We added a tight end there with Darren Dowdell and 3 receivers that really can run, and they attack the football. 3 receivers we signed. They really attack the ball, and we like that about each one of them. They all have length, range, can stretch, and they'll be great additions. Terrell Lane coming in at running back. When you meet him and you see him run, I know you probably have already seen some of the highlights. You see him able to jump cut but get positive yardage, and really I think will add to that running back position like we want. Up front, offensive line, another group that we feel some guys will come in, and well, one particular, I think Marquise Wallace will be a guy that can come in and compete right away, and we expect that of Marquise, and so does he, and we look forward to that. Defensive line, to go back to that, I mentioned of Kirk Donaldson, and like we did Darrell, Kirk is a guy that's, if you'll watch, and today if you're able to go to the next function, the signing party, he's got the mobility to play tight end, but we have signed him as a defensive outside linebacker. So he's going to be one of those big linebackers that can play over a tight end, can rush the passer and give us an edge guy there. But so I know Kirk may be listed as a defensive lineman, but I wanted to make sure the group understands that. We, as a staff, me as the head coach, and Kirk Donaldson, we want him as an outside linebacker. Just wanted to make sure I clarify that. We stretched our tentacles again within the state, North Carolina, 11 young men coming from the state, which I think I've made that point to make sure we hit the state hard, and I think we've done that. We've gone up into Virginia Beach, which I think is really a talent-rich area, and up to Richmond, where we established ourselves last year with getting Amos out of there. Delaware, young man from Delaware, so we went up a little bit further. Still going into South Carolina, really good players coming out of there, like Brunson coming in as a linebacker. I think he has a chance to contribute. I mean, he's really good football player. And then Michael Myers came out of South Carolina in Charleston, really a defensive lineman that can come in and really go. Then we still went into Georgia, where I mentioned already Darren Dowdell, but Deshaun Benton coming out as a cornerback. Really like Deshaun. Deshaun is going to be a cornerback. He may be safety sometimes on that film, but he can run and cover enough where we like him on the edge. Then going into Florida. So then branched out to Kansas and Texas a little bit too. I get my air miles. I got a lot of them this year, but it was a great venture. A lot of flying and coaches passing me around like a sack of potatoes, and I was really proud of the way they were organized. And it started in-house, and then Donnie Kirkpatrick, our recruiting coordinator, everything went as smooth as it possibly could for myself. And the way we evaluated and got the guys in. So a lot of luck is involved in today, and making sure you get the right guys. And there's always battles. You win some and you lose some, and I like the ones we won today. It happens, just like we did the same thing to some other teams, So it's all fair in love and war. You just go after them and you work it hard. And and I've been in a long time, and I was counting up how many homes, when you're on the road and you forget you wake up and you forget what treadmill you're on and worry what treadmill I'm using, and look the same. You think about how many homes you've been into and how many battles you won and how many you lose, and you go into it and you win some, and we won the most of them this year. We lost a couple late, but it wasn't because we were outworked or anything. Some of the kids changed their mind. I'd much rather them change their mind and have a hesitancy before they come here, instead of 4th and 1 next year versus Virginia Tech here at home, and say, well, I don't really know if I want to do this or not, but wished them well. But we had guys ready to go.
Ruffin, what's the status of Lucas Thompson?
He's right now in class, and we hope to have him here by first session of summer school. That's to go talk to him today.
So you expect him to be enrolled in the summertime?
That's our goal, to get him in first session, but by the fall. He's doing well. He's doing well and excited about him. He's excited about him, working out, and I visited with Lincoln and I visited with him while we were on the road down there in Florida. Priority is environment. Well, my next sentence after I mentioned environment to him, that's more important than anything else is the environment being right, is I would not run this like a business. I refuse to run it like that. And I tell him, if you're looking for a CEO-run operation, this is not the place for you. I operate best in a family atmosphere, and that's what he's kind of means to me. We're family. We have our differences, but if anybody messes with anybody in this room, I'm gonna beat them up. But that family runs throughout this university, from our building to down on campus and throughout. They feel that. One of the things, one of the young men and the families that committed to us, he was in between us and some other schools, and we'll go after anybody. We don't care who's on them. Everybody sees that from reading on the internet and those things. And he saw the cohesion among our staff, and he had been attended, one of his other sons attends another university, and the cohesion was not there. And he mentioned that was the key. So we talk about the first thing is we're not gonna run like a business, we're family. I'm daddy number 2, the coaches are the uncles. And so today when I talked to them, each one, I told them I officially became daddy number 2, and you have a building for the uncles now and brothers. So I think they feel that.